Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta, and thank you for tuning in today.
Yes.
And do you notice that we have a different background today?
Yes, we do.
We're out and about, and we are in downtown Campbell at a cute little shop called Steepers, and they sell everything that has tea.
Yes.
And what are we drinking today from this cute little shop? Let's have a look. Let's see Gloria's first.
Okay. Oh, this is so beautiful. Look at this.
Can you see it?
Can you
put
see
it up? Put it up so they can see.
Look at the levels. Look at that.
And what is that, Gloria?
This is a peach ice pupping tea, and it is made with peach apricot black tea. And the owner of the shop said for me to stir it before I drink it. I didn't want to stir it too much so that you could see
all the different
levels.
But now she's stirring it.
So I'm stirring it. There we go.
So
there we go.
It.
Okay, so now I'm going to try it.
She's going to try hers, and I bet you it's delicious.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Amazing.
They are located at 346 East Campbell Avenue,
and
downtown.
It's Steepers.
Yes, you have to come and get some tea.
And I'm going to show you what I'm drinking. I got a hot, this is, what did I get? A German gingerbread latte.
Yes.
German gingerbread latte hot.
Yes. You notice
So
we brought the purple with us. We didn't want you to think we forgot our purple.
Yeah. Even though we don't have it on the walls, here you go.
It's on the cup.
Hint of purple. Delicious.
Yes.
Delicious.
Yes.
German gingerbread latte.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. Well, as many of you know, we've experienced a lot of weather-related issues here in Northern California, and the fires are continuing. We've got the Kincaid fire. We have the Santa Ana winds in Southern California, Los Angeles area. You just can't imagine how powerful these winds are. They're strong enough to pick us up and just fly us away. So if you're out and about, you have to really ground yourself and make sure you're near something so you can hold on. They have had some beautiful high-end homes just destroyed.
Just wiped out.
I mean, it's just very, very sad. And here in Northern California, it's gotten to the point that even the flatlands are being evacuated. Over the weekend, Santa Rosa, Sebastopol were evacuated. And then they started this thing with our electric company called Pacific Gas and Electric of just turning off the power.
Turning off the power. My friend lives in South San Jose off of Cottle, and she had her power out since Friday, and it only came back on Monday evening.
Yes.
Can you believe
and the thing that's a little upsetting to a lot of people, while everyone wants to do whatever we can to make sure there isn't an impact from the fires, why are you cutting off power to locations that have nothing to do with where the fires are? And then you know me, I'm always the aha girl. So I had an aha moment. Could it possibly be that the infrastructure of PG&E is so convoluted that one grid feeds another grid? So if they turn off the grid to say, like we've just been told tonight at 7 p.m., San Mateo, Alameda, like places that have nothing to do with the fire areas are going to lose power. So if they turn off the grid, say in San Mateo, is that because the grid that feeds San Mateo is somewhere else? And it's just all convoluted. It makes you stop and think, what is going on? Yeah, see?
Why? Because why San Mateo? That's Peninsula. Why?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
No, why Aptos? This gentleman's house was in Aptos on the beach. Why would you cut his power when if his house looked like there was any danger, he could just take a water hose or a pump, put it out from the beach and just put the fire out? So there's more to this, and I think that's the frustration that everyone's feeling right now. Is this is not just a simple situation, and I think that is specifically because of the way that PG&E has its infrastructure. And instead of just owning up to it and saying, we've got a mess, We need your help. We know that we have to do some things. We apologize for the inconvenience, and we want to collaborate with the community to figure out how to fix the problem. Stop putting on bandages.
Yeah. We don't know what's happening with
Yes.
PG&E. They're going crazy.
And then
Yeah.
Saturday, it started, it was just a little bit of windy. Sunday, it was so windy in all of California, not just Southern California, but also in the north.
Northern
I talked to
California,
people in Santa Rosa, Sacramento. I live in Fremont.
I live in Campbell, and
Yes.
it was windy.
It was so windy that
Yeah.
we were in the car. You had to turn the windshield wipers on to get the leaves off the car. It was just amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, and you're looking at the devastation. It's pretty bad. I mean, Gloria said
Yes.
in Santa Rosa, she has a
Yes.
couple of friends, husband
Yes.
and wife, that live there,
Yeah.
and they just called her and
Yeah.
They told her, yeah.
They said, you know, first they were evacuated Saturday. Now they're allowed back in their homes, but they're on what's called a standby evacuation, which means don't get too comfortable. Keep your bag by the door, because we could knock on the door again and tell you to get out.
anytime you got to get
Anytime.
out. You got to be prepared. You got to be heightened and aware.
Amazing.
And what happens if you're like at work and stuff? Then you just
Then you
how
just
would you even know your
you-
house is evacuated?
you won't.
You won't. You
You
come
won't.
back and you wouldn't even be
Yes.
allowed on the street that your house
It's
is
times like this that people who have cameras are very grateful that they have cameras, because when they kick them out, a lot of the people have been able to watch their homes, and some have seen the devastation of their homes burning down. At least they knew what was going on before they got
on.
back.
Right. But you know, there have been some really, really good Samaritans during this tough
Yes,
time. I've been
yes.
seeing so many Facebook posts of people just saying,
Yes.
hey, you guys, if you are affected
Yes.
by the fires, our house is open to you.
Yes.
And I can't believe that such
Yes.
great, you know, thoughtfulness
Yes,
comes
kindness.
across. Kindness.
Kindness.
Just come. If you're on Facebook, you have nowhere.
Yes.
I think it was some lady in Palo Alto. She opened up her home to have more
Yes.
than enough space for you. If you are affected by the fires, come and stay with us.
Yes. So there's lots of wonderful, beautiful people that are here for us all. So just know that everything that you see in the media is not true. People are still kind, and they're still willing to do whatever they can to help their fellow
Be
person.
kind to one another, people.
Absolutely. Life is way too short.
Yes.
Way too short. An interesting conversation I saw that's in the news. Apparently, the Pope is considering allowing some priests to get married. What do you think of that?
I like that.
I do
That's
too.
a forward-thinking Pope, so he's considering it. So
Yes.
when does he think that it's
Well, you know, he's already,
Okay.
a lot of the more traditional Catholics are, you know, tabooing, because he is the first Pope that has openly supported the LGBTQ plus community.
good for you?
So
Good for
now
you.
he wants to take it another step, because how are you as a person supposed to turn off natural instincts of wanting to be with someone and always having to be on the down low and hiding? That can't be good for your soul. And then you're supposed to stand in a pulpit on Sunday and declare that the only love you have or feel is for God. And God wouldn't have given you all of these nice attributes if it wasn't something that was meant for everyone.
Right.
So I think it's really wonderful. He's also looking at the possibility of women taking a more active role. So I am all for
I am
anything.
in awe, and I'm just, yes, 100% behind
Yes.
him. Good for you, Pope.
Yes,
You're
so
doing a great
so
thing for
grateful.
a lot of people.
Yes, that, you know, he's forward thinking enough, because I think that's where a lot of the animosity and the disdain that's going on in our beautiful country right now is coming from. Because instead of people looking forward, why are we trying to go back to the 30s and the 40s?
I don't
Why do
know.
we care what color someone's skin is? Is that person a kind person? Are they sweet? Are they loving? Do not believe that every person that you see that's got caramel skin is a bad person, because they're not. And you would be amazed. I saw, I think it was on Good Morning America, it was a little boy. He was like a little toddler, maybe 4. And he wrote a little letter to his coach to tell him that he was the best coach. Now, this little boy was Caucasian and the coach was black. And that little baby told him, and you know, he's like reading his little note, and he goes, "You are the best coach ever." And I mean, it just touched my heart.
That is such a touching story. That's just because he's been brought up right. You know, kids are brought into this world with a clean slate.
They see no color.
They see no color. I saw this video on Facebook of two kids running towards each other and hugging each other.
Yes.
One was black and one was white.
Yes.
And it was the best thing ever.
Yes.
To see that kids do not. They're I call it a tablet.
Yes.
Their tablets have not been written on yet.
Yes.
And I think it's really sad that I'm sorry to say, but it is sometimes parents that put those thoughts in the kids' heads, or it's outside people that do that.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. And when you see kids, like you just said, writing that letter, or the two kids hugging each other, the one black and one white, it just brings joy, real joy to my heart.
Yes, and that is what love is all about. And that's what we have to do, is remember that there's love and to bring the love forward.
Never mind about the laughing. People just came in. It's okay. We'll continue.
Yes, we're having fun. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, and then Rosetta's got some things we're going to discuss. Today is National Cat Day.
National
Meow.
Cat Day.
Meow. So for all the kitties, happy day to you all.
Happy day to my Kit Kat. I call him, his name is Angel, but I call him Lovejoy because I love him. He's such a joy to be around.
Oh, that's such a cute name.
Flame Point Siamese.
Aww.
Flame Point Siamese. So if you've ever met a Flame Point Siamese, they are adorable. They all have the same temperament.
Yes, you're a lucky girl.
Yeah,
so
I love him so much.
Yes, I tell you, cats are. What I love about a cat is a cat doesn't care. If they feel like being bothered with you, they'll be bothered, and if they don't, they look at you like, really? You think I care? Go away.
And cats live in the moment.
Yes.
That's why I tell people we should all be like cats.
Yes.
Live in the moment. Be present in everything you do.
Absolutely, because that's what's important.
Yes, it is.
So now, what are you going to talk about today?
I want to talk about this Sunday is the New York City Marathon. And there's a lady, her name is LaToya Snell, and she is a plus.
So good. Oh my God.
Every little sip you're gonna take, you're gonna be.
I got a
oh
pearl,
my God,
and they're called popping pearls.
Have you popped it in your mouth?
I just popped
and then
one.
what flavor comes out?
Peach. Oh my God.
So if you've never tried the
pearl.
popping boba pearls, you have to try them.
You have to come here.
All different. There are other, Asian places that serve the popping bobas.
Yes.
But I think this Steepers has the most selection of these pearls.
Amazing.
They are pretty great.
Amazing.
It's just an explosion in your mouth of flavor.
Yes. So back to our runner.
So Black Tar runner, LaToya Snell.
Yes.
She is plus size endurance runner.
Yes.
And she's amazing because this Sunday will be her 5th New York Marathon.
Yes.
And at the beginning of the year, she promised she's going to run 14 marathons.
Yes.
So I'm going to read a little about her stats because it says here, by 2020, she would have run in 181 races, 26 marathons, and 6 ultra marathons. And she has a really great team that supports her, and they're called the Inspiring Black Girls Run. So this lady is amazing. She doesn't let size get to her, and she's doing amazing things by inspiring and motivating other people to get out there and to do what you love. It's not about size.
Right.
It's not about being fit. It's about if you have passion, if you have the persistence, and you're just very motivated and inspired to do what you love, go out there and you'll inspire other people.
And she's taking women along with her, and some of the ladies were with her on Good Morning America today, and what I thought was really cute is she got them all pumped up, and she says, we're gonna cross this line together, and they said she saw that finish line and she took off and she left them all. She came back, but she took off. She was like,
she took off. She was too excited.
So I think that is wonderful, because her whole premise is to empower women to know that you can do it. You may not have ever thought you could be a runner. She's going to teach you how to be a runner.
Yeah, and if you look at her and you watch her doing the things she does and how inspirational she is when she speaks.
Yes.
Just the way she speaks, it's just enough to get everyone inspired.
Yes.
So, if you don't know who she is, Google her, Latoya Snail.
Yes.
She is the endurance runner, the plus size endurance runner. And as I mentioned, this will be her 5th marathon. And I didn't even know that they had ultra marathons. I had no clue. What is an ultra marathon?
I know.
So she's been doing them. Good for you, Latoya.
That's right.
And the other thing we wanted to discuss today was there's a new policy that's come into play with the NBA.
Yes.
The National Basketball Association.
I think it should go across all sports, but today let's just talk about the NBA.
Right. So they have a new policy because there's been too many fans that have been going overboard, and they've just the policy is they have zero tolerance for any one of the fans out there that are doing things to the extreme, like calling out names or being racist. They will eject you from
drinking too much, getting too loud. My husband, he always makes me laugh because he goes, why are they getting so upset? It's not like they're getting paid. Why are they getting so upset?
They're just really just so passionate about the teams that they're supporting and they're there for. Yeah,
but okay, it's okay to be passionate, but for you to remember the young man that went to, I think it was I know that the game was in Los Angeles. I can't remember the two teams. Maybe it was like the Dodgers and somebody, and they pushed him off the top of the stadium.
Oh, was that a long time ago?
Yeah.
That was at the Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
And he was a Giants fan.
Yes.
And wasn't it they beat him up in the parking lot?
Well, yeah, they did. But there was one that got beat up in the parking lot, and there was also another beautiful young man that was like thrown off a balcony. I'm like,
oh yes, I vaguely remember that.
Why would you do that? That has nothing to do with you. You're not making any money to do this. It's
they're just getting so frustrated.
It's just inappropriate.
It really is.
Inappropriate.
And the guy that got beaten up after the game, the Giants and the Dodgers game in the parking lot, I forget his name, but he never recovered from that. He never recovered
brain
from that.
damage. Yeah. You can't hit somebody.
To San Francisco.
Thank you. See?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, as you're out and about, just be cautious and keep your hands to yourself. And I love the NBA for doing this because it's ridiculous. This is supposed to be entertainment. The other thing along the same lines, I remember when my brother used to play soccer. He played everything, basketball, football, soccer, baseball. My father used to run up and down, he was one of the crazy parents. But all he would do is go up and down the aisles, and he would tell my brother, keep your eye on the ball, be focused, okay? Now, the parents are fighting each other at the children's little league
games.
That
for a while now. They just get
so the NBA is trying to send a message. Quit allowing your children to grow up thinking that there's no consequences to your action, because there are.
And now they've clamped down, and if you think you're going to be doing what you need to be doing, you're going to be ejected. Out you go.
That's right. So when you spend all that money for those tickets, $200+ for a ticket, and then they throw you out, maybe you won't do that again.
Yeah, and talking about the NBA, I want to talk about my Warriors.
Yes.
They won their one game yesterday.
I know.
And I'm still in support of them. I don't care who they have in there or if they're whatever they play, I'm still in support of my Warriors. I will support them till whenever. And this is just going to be temporary.
I think one day, it was either last week, Magic Johnson was on the Today Show. And Magic was talking about, people got a little upset last week. The Today Show did an interview conversation with Michael Jordan.
Sure.
And Michael Jordan is a co-owner of a team.
Yes.
So Michael Jordan couldn't say that, what is his name, Clay and Curry are two phenomenal players that we know are one day going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Because they're just very excellent. They're wonderful young men. The things that Curry, you think he's awesome on that basketball court? You should see him in Oakland. You should see what he and his wife are doing to teach the children possibility and to open themselves up.
Yes.
Even though the team has moved to San Francisco to the new Chase Stadium, he still is spending time with the community. So Magic was saying, don't get mad at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a co-owner. You can't be an owner and talk about another player, because people will think, oh, he's trying to steal Curry. So all Michael Jordan said was he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. And they just pounced on him. So Magic said, let me clear that up for everybody. The reason he couldn't say that is, as a co-owner, you can't talk about other players like that.
Yes,
it's
correct.
just not allowed in the league. So
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that we've got 2 future Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers.
Yes.
Yep.
Go Warriors. May you have an awesome, awesome year. And even though people are classifying it as a rebuild, do you. Just do you.
Right. I completely agree with that.
Excellent.
Completely. And Clay, we'll miss you for this season.
Yes.
But you need to recover and
Take care of yourself.
so you come back stronger than ever next season.
Absolutely. And Draymond, watch that temper, sweetheart. Just let it flow. Just shake it off. You know what? Just think to yourself, you're a father now. Would my son be proud of how I'm acting on this floor?
And his mom keeps him in check as well. His mom is great. His mom is the one that teaches him and puts him in his place and tells him, you got to be.
Yeah, you have to be aware of your environment.
Yes.
Cool. What else?
What else do we have today? Let me see. We wanted to discuss this last time and we didn't get around to it. And the topic was tip or no tip.
Yes.
So what do you think, people? And Gloria had something to say about that.
Well, I understand that some people believe when you go somewhere and someone is serving you, well, that's their job. And they're like, well, I'm not tipping. And I'm like, if a person makes like $10, $15 an hour and you can give them a tip that will just make their day and you can afford to do it, why not? So I am a component of tip. Years and years and years as a child, I would go to church and they used to talk about tithing. And I kept saying, God don't need my money. God's got all the money he needs. And if God needs more money, God will just make more money. I was a little brat, so my grandmother would spank me and tell me to go sit over there in the corner and think about what you just said. And years later, I was at a church and the minister, she did a conversation about tithing. And she said to me, tithe to those who touch your heart. And that's what I do. So if I'm out and about and someone gives me a French fry and it makes my day, I give them that tithe, which is like a tip. It's just my way of saying thank you for being such a sweet and kind person. So I believe in tipping.
Yes, I do believe in tipping. And talking about tipping, I just saw this post from a friend of mine and he showed his bill.
Yes.
And he had put in the tip. So the total came to $15 and some odd. That's including tax. The tip he gave was $15. He doubled what he owed and he gave the tip of $15.
Right.
And he says he doesn't always do that.
Right.
But if he believes that person is deserving of it,
yes,
he will do that as a kind gesture, because everybody working in those restaurants, in any kind of food industry, they work so hard.
Yes.
And I believe that they earn their tips.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying to tip everyone, because there are some people that just are very rude and mean. And
yes, I told Rosetta when I was younger, because I didn't understand if someone was rude or nasty to me. I'm always kind till I get my food or my drink or whatever, because I don't want you spitting in my food, don't spit in my drink. However, I would leave a penny and I'd drop it on a glass of water. And that was my way of saying, your tip for the day is learn how to be nice. And I have learned through life and through time that person could have just been having a bad day. That could have been a mom that was worried about her child. That could have been a sister that's worried about her brother, her mother, her father. So what I try and do now is I try and dig a little bit and I go, how's your day going? A little grumpy today, huh? you know, and usually that will shake them out of it. And they'll tell you, oh, I'm really sorry. I've been running all morning. I got a late start. I'm sorry.
Well, sometimes it may be
true.
You might turn the opposite direction and they might think, what a so-and-so, right?
Yeah, but you can't be mad at
Right,
someone when they're sweet and kind, you know.
Right.
You really can't.
So I had an incident talking about tips. We went to a restaurant and my son wanted a milkshake. It was an avocado smoothie.
Yes.
And we've had them many times, so we know what good avocado smoothies taste of. If you have a ripe avocado, it should be creamy and smooth and delicious, right? So we ordered that, and she brings it to our table, and he drinks, and I said, how does it taste? And he said, no, it doesn't taste like it usually should. So I said, let me try it. And sure enough, it tasted like the avocado had gone bad, or something about the avocado's not right.
Right.
So I went up to the counter and I told the lady, excuse me, this avocado smoothie does not taste quite right.
Right.
And she said, well, I don't know, because what we used was real avocado. And she showed us the avocado peel, the skin, the outside of the avocado.
And you're thinking to yourself, how's that supposed to let me know?
Well, to be honest, the avocado outside of the avocado peel looked a bit dark and blackish. I thought,
okay,
the only time that your avocado would taste like that if you used old avocado and it kind of started to get moldy.
Right.
But she was like, she brought over the blender she'd used, and there was a bit of avocado left, and she got a spoon, dug into it, and said, here, this is the avocado that we've been using. You want to try it? And I'm like, what? But to cut a long story short, what I'm trying to say is that the customer service was not that great, and I said, she didn't even say sorry or anything.
Yes.
She didn't offer to remake it or say, would you like another drink in replace? And in the end, she did charge us for it, and my son didn't drink it. He left it on the table, and we still paid for it.
Right.
So we got so that was, we don't usually do this, but we paid for it, and we didn't leave her a tip. I'm sorry to say it, because, you know, if you're in this food industry or dealing with customers, if a customer comes to you and says something, it's not right, you need to try and do something to make it
better.
Right, to make it better. That's customer service.
Absolutely.
But because she was refusing to do that, arguing with us, it's like, you're like, no, this doesn't work for us.
You're like, okay, fine.
So we will not be back at that particular place anymore.
All right. Well, we have time for one more.
Yep, let's see. Oh, so,
yes.
Because, have you noticed lately, well, I don't know where you live, but we live in Northern California.
Yes.
And Southern California has always had this problem, which is traffic.
Ooh.
Traffic, and it's getting worse and worse and worse by the day, by the month, by the year.
Yes.
But now Waze has come up. Have you heard of the Waze app, that you can go on that and find shortcuts to get to your destination? Well, now Waze has a new feature on their app, and it's called Waze Carpool. So what you do is, wherever you live, you pull up the Waze app, and you see, I think, I have not been on that, you know, Waze app to actually check out the carpool function, but they're saying that you can look and in your area, see in your area who is going the same route as you, and you can carpool with them. Right. So that you can save a bit of, you know,
you can save some money, and you can, you know, especially if you're able to share the route. My husband has been, one of my neighbors and my husband go to the same exit every day. It took me 2 years to convince them it wouldn't be a bad thing to commute.
And they finally did it.
And they finally started doing one drives Monday, Wednesday, Friday 1 week, and the next week the other person drives Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And they probably thought, why didn't we do this when you first told us?
Now they're like, oh my God, because instead of having to fill up their vehicles twice a week, they can go almost 2 weeks before they have to fill up the cars. It allows them to go into the commuter lanes when they're going on the bridges, which gives them a few minutes ahead of traffic. And this Waves app sounds like it's going to be amazing. You know, Ninny Penny here, I'm a little cautious. Be careful before you get in someone's car. However, if you find someone that's going where you're going, that's going to make your life so much better. My husband is so cute some days. He comes home and he's like, "Hi," and I go, "Why are you so happy?" He goes, "I fell asleep. I slept the whole way home." So he gets a little nap now, whereas before he never.
He was probably stressed.
So stressed
in the traffic, stressed.
Yes.
And now it's like kind of a de-stressor.
Oh yeah, because it's like 40 minutes to work, an hour and a half to 2 hours home. So that gets on your.
Where does he works in? Where? South San Francisco.
South San Francisco.
And you live in Fremont, right?
Yes.
That's a long commute.
That's
really
a long commute.
Yeah.
And it's all traffic. Like Rosetta was saying, you know, you used to be able to, Monday through Friday were commuter hours, and you understood that. I was getting ready to go and visit a friend on a Saturday, and I got on the freeway at 7 a.m. and it was bumper to bumper. 880 is bumper to bumper, 7 days.
Is pretty bad.
Yes.
It used to be, well, 880 is worse than any other freeway I can believe, because even on the weekends now you're getting traffic.
Yes, and now 680 is getting like that, and I'm like, what? There's nothing. I mean, if you're like, say, in Campbell and you want to go to Pleasanton, Dublin, you better give yourself a couple hours.
Even, yeah, you're right. And even 101 is getting pretty bad now on the weekends.
Yes.
Where it didn't used to be. Yeah,
Yes.
and even on the weekdays, like back in the days,
Right.
you knew, okay, don't, you know, if you're not working, you don't want to get into traffic,
Right.
don't go. It should be cleared by 9:30, right?
Right.
And then it starts to pick up again by, let's say, 3.
Yes.
But now you're getting traffic up until 11 a.m.
Yes.
And you have to leave work really early to beat the traffic, more like 2 p.m., 1 or 2 p.m.
Yes.
Because I'm out there and I see traffic picking up at 1:30.
And you're like,
what is this?
who's getting off work at 1:30? I mean, even if people were coming back from lunch a little late, no. I mean, like you're saying, 101, it starts backing up at 1:30 and it goes that way until 7:30 at night.
Yeah. I went to meet Gloria at her office from Campbell, and it was an 11 o'clock appointment we had.
Yes.
And there was traffic.
Yes.
I was like, what is this?
I know. Everyone should be at work by
10:45.
now. Yes.
It's crazy.
It's like, what are you doing?
It's real crazy.
Well, I tell you, we have had a lovely, lovely time here. The place is beautiful. You have to come.
Again, it's called Steepers in
Yes.
downtown Campbell, and it
Yes.
serves everything tea.
Yes.
And again, Gloria has
Yes.
her little
I love my
popping
tea.
boba.
Oh my God,
Is it
my
Georgia peach?
It is a combination of apricot peach, and the popping pearls.
Popping boba pearls.
Yes, and just peach.
And you can do any kind of teas. You can have
Yes.
it with the milk,
Yes.
or you can have it without the milk.
You can have it with almond milk.
Yes.
You can have it with soy.
Whatever your preference is. And I have
Absolutely.
the hot tea, and this
Yes.
is the German gingerbread latte with almond milk.
Yes.
It's amazing. So thank you everyone so much for joining us today.
Yes.
And we really enjoyed our chat.
Yes.
And we tried something new today.
Yes. And I will be back. She's going to think I'm
Definitely.
stalking her
Definitely,
because
we'll
I'm
be
going to come
back.
back. The place is just so beautiful.
It's very quaint.
And we'll do some pictures so that you can see what it looks like.
Yes.
And once
And we'll
again,
put a link to her shop.
absolutely. And it's 346 East Campbell Avenue, Campbell, California, 95008.
Yes. And don't forget everyone, please subscribe below to our chats and hit that bell button so you can follow us and
Yes.
be notified whenever we upload all our chats.
Yes.
So thank you again, and take care everyone.
Yes.
And remember
To always keep smiling. Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.